Want justice? Go to JudgeJudy.com. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
The bill for what everybody did, or what anybody did in the room, was $497.90. That's what she's suing you for. She said you just asked her to use hers because you didn't have yours, right?
Yeah, but she basically offered.
Not basically.
Yeah.
That's a filler word.
Well, I was really desperate because I didn't have my ID, and I was supposed to check in.
So that's why you asked her to use her ID and her credit card.
Yes, and I was supposed to check in at 3, and I was already 8 o'clock, so she willingly came and put her card on file, and
Just a second, Miss Oscar. You owe her $497.90 if that's what was charged on her credit card, because it was your responsibility. You asked her to do you a favor, whatever.
But her husband took a bottle, and I have proof that he did.
Who cares? You didn't say to her when you said, can I use your ID?
But I was passed out drunk.
Well, that's not my fault. That's not her fault.
Well, she's my friend. She's supposed to care about me.
Ugh. You live in San Francisco?
No, I live in Minnesota.
I didn't think that they thought that way in Minnesota. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $497. We're done. Thank you.
Please excuse me. Step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
She got a smoking fee for smoking in the room, and then she got a fee for drinking all the drinks and the snacks in the hotel room.
Well, I was passed out drunk.
Well, the drinks that I bought her were from the bar downstairs.
We're not friends anymore, obviously.
Oh, I'm not friends with her anymore, and her witness wasn't even there.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 5. I'm Morgan Hoover.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome into a Thursday evening.
Yes, not a bad Thursday.
No, not bad at all. I mean, you know, we had some sun, but the clouds kind of won out today. And it was all residuals from the cold front that came through this morning and brought us the really nice air. Some of you picked up a few sprinkles, but live radar not picking up anything right now, even though we do have all those clouds kind of hanging around. They'll hang around for a little bit longer, and then we're going to see all of that just kind of fade away as we get into this evening. Temperatures are very comfortable in the low to mid 70s, 76 in Bowling Green. Here's the better numbers. Those dew points only in the 60s, and that's why it feels so refreshing. Tonight we're looking at some patchy fog and partly cloudy skies, a low of 63. A look at the rest of a fall-like 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Morgan?
All right, Chris, a historic day across the Commonwealth, and right here in South Central Kentucky, this is day 1 of legal sports betting in the Bluegrass. Governor Andy Beshear is making the rounds, stopping in both Louisville and Lexington to officially kick off sports betting by placing Kentucky's first legal bet. Today's bet fulfilled a pledge that his administration would launch sports wagering just in time for the NFL season.
This morning, I was proud to place the first legal bet on sports in Kentucky, where I bet, since it's NCAA football season, the over on total wins for the University of Kentucky and the University of Louisville, and then I bet on the under and against Duke.
Beshear says sports betting here will not only be a fun activity for Kentuckians to do, but will also supercharge tourism throughout the Commonwealth and keep our dollars here.
This has been paying for roads in Indiana and Tennessee and virtually every other state around us legalizing sports betting. We had to get in this game, not just because our people demanded it, but to keep our dollars at home here to strengthen our pension system.
Though in-person betting is legal, we still have to wait a bit for online betting. It's expected to arrive the 28th of this month. Here at home, many are wondering when they can visit the Mint Gaming Hall and Kentucky Downs to get in on the sports betting action. There's still no official announcement on an in-person sports book at the Mint's locations in Bowling Green or Franklin. But the good news is that South Central Kentuckians won't have to wait too much longer when it comes to their betting.
The process on that is a little bit different, including at Kentucky Downs with space and a little bit older horse simulcast area, and just making some changes, doing some things to get the right first-class sportsbook experience. We are promising something very big and bold, and it just needs a little bit of time to get that worked out.
However, that's not the only thing going on at Kentucky Downs. Tune into News 40 at 5 tomorrow to learn more about this weekend's horse races going on there. We can't forget Churchill Downs, where they have spent the last few months getting ready for today. Many Kentuckians betting on your favorite horses is a common occurrence, but starting today, you can add an array of sports to your bet sheet. Take a look.
Churchill Downs, the historic racetrack known as a venue to place bets on thoroughbreds, will now be offering betting on, well, just about anything.
Anything from the NFL to college football. I even noticed that there are handball games going on around the world that you could bet on as well. So if there's a bet offered, we're going to take it.
The renovations to the Aristides Lounge feature a massive TV wall and seating for more than 280 people.
We've got a number of televisions that have been added, a absolutely gorgeous 7-foot by 24-foot LED board in the center. Obviously, the featured games of the day will be on that center screen. And then we have 28 other TVs.
Then there's the new kiosks. The new lounge has 15 sports betting kiosks, 7 horse betting kiosks, and 6 betting windows with tellers. All around the lounge, there are QR codes that take you to a website where you can view live odds and build your bet. Admission is free until Churchill Downs starts live racing on September 14th. Bets are opening just in time for Thursday's U of L game against Murray State.
We're going to be open from 11 a.m. until 11:30 p.m. It's perfect to coincide with the U of L Murray State football game just down the road. Fans will be able to make a bet ahead of time here. They can walk over to the game.
For tracks like Churchill Downs, the legalization of sports betting in Kentucky means a massive new revenue opportunity that can extend beyond the businesses taking bets.
It's really going to be a tremendous benefit for the state's economy. We're looking forward to help facilitate it. You know, we're already regulated here at the racetracks. We've been doing that for here for 150 years coming up. So it's another, aspect that I think everybody is so excited about within this community.
And as sports betting opens up today, we want you to know there is help available for addicted gamblers and their families. The Kentucky Council on Problem Gambling offers 2 avenues for assistance. You can call or even text the number on your screen. That is 1-800-GAMBLER. This will connect you to a trained telephone counselor who is available 24/7 to help you or a loved one. And if you're not quite sure what the signs are of a gambling addiction, you can visit this website. It's kygamblinghelp.org. To learn more about it, some warning signs are a preoccupation with gambling, lying about the amount of money bet, borrowing or stealing money, and increased anxiousness. If you think a loved one may be battling addiction, reach out to the resources on your screens. Well, now to another first in the Bluegrass. Kentucky Virtual Academy is now open to students as the Commonwealth's first online public school. While online learning was not ideal for many students during the pandemic, KVA says that the option was beneficial for some. KVA officials say that students with ongoing health issues, social anxiety, and some low-income families find the learning style helpful. The new online public school says they understand and value a student's personal learning style.
We're all unique individuals, and I was real excited with the online environment because for me it provided another outlet, another way for kids to learn, especially the post-pandemic when we have had a drop in enrollment overall. I mean, we're talking about 25-30% drop in attendance.
To learn more about Kentucky Virtual Academy and its online learning program, you can look for the story later tonight on our website. That's WNKY.com. Switching gears now, the Warren County Sheriff's Office wants to know if you've seen this man. Deputies say that Sean Faulkner has been missing since Sunday around 9 a.m. Authorities say they got a call about Faulkner's disappearance after his car was found abandoned near the 2600 block of Martinsville Road near the river. The Sheriff's Department says that Faulkner's family and multiple volunteer fire departments have been searching for the missing man near his last known whereabouts. If you have any information, you are asked to call the Warren County Sheriff's Office. Happening around the Commonwealth, there were more than 2,000 overdose deaths in Kentucky in 2022. It's a staggering statistic that many parents hope to change, especially those that have lost a child due to a drug overdose. We take you now to two mothers who have found their own way to create awareness.
April 29th, 2022. The day Vanessa Miller's family and life changed forever.
He didn't have any other drugs in his system. He just had fentanyl. It takes 0.2 milliliters to kill a human being. And Trenton had 16.
Her son was just 20 years old.
He died in my bedroom. And you just can't erase that image.
Her story is one too many mothers share. Tammy McGregor is one of them. She lost her daughter, Brittany.
It was her first and her last time of ever using. And that was in December 7th of 2016. Just very loving and a very special girl.
Tammy and Vanessa met Wednesday afternoon to set up this purple chair together.
To symbolize that lost person that should be sitting at that table. Yeah. My son's still not going to be at the Christmas dinner table or sitting with me at church. You know? And it's not fair.
But both say support is keeping them going. So too is a mission to save other children's lives and other mothers their pain by sharing it.
If you see a purple chair, somebody's heart is broken and they're faking with a smile just to push through the day.
Well, still to come on News 40 at 5. Though a pedicure can take the stress away, it can also create a risk for infection. When we come back, we'll identify the nail treatments to look out for. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back with a full look at our forecast, unless he's got to go get a pedicure first. I don't know. We'll see what he can expect to see right after this.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
Injured in a car or truck accident? Let Flora Templeton Stewart Accident Injury Lawyers fight the system for you. Get the results you deserve. What does it mean when Flora Templeton Stewart says fight the system? We fight for you against big insurance. You get personal representation with top attorneys. You pay only if you win. So if you're injured, let Flora Templeton Stewart fight the system for you.
Dog Stay Out is South Central Kentucky's 5-paw rated dog resort. Whether for the day or a whole vacation, Dog Stay Out will keep your pets safe and loved. Dog Stay Out offers boarding, daycare, agility courses, positive reinforcement training, grooming, and more. With multiple packages to choose from, pamper your pup any way you see fit. Find out more at dgoky.com. Your dog's home away from home. Dog Stay Out.
Listen to the WNKY News 40 weather drive time forecast. Weekdays on All Hit Woohoo 107.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby. Cut back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, man. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JV.
At Abound Credit Union, we're for tailgating and grocery getting. We're for belting it out and being rocked to sleep. We're for getaways and get-togethers. Because Abound is for the auto loans and refinancing that bring value for living.
The Queen of Country takes her throne. Team Reba, The Voice, this fall.
Time now now for a full look at our forecast with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, I think the big thing about today is we were just talking off camera. The humidity's gone. I think we can tell in both of our hair. It's not crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, mine's not frizzing out like it normally does.
Right.
You know, like you guys normally see me. Everything's pretty tame today. No, it is. I think we've turned a corner here. You know, we're not officially into the first day of fall, technically, on the calendar, but I think we've made an atmospheric change from summer to fall. I mean, there may be 1 or 2 warm days still to come, but overall, we're looking good here. And as the banner says, refreshing times are ahead for all of us. Below normal temperatures as this air mass just settles into the southeastern United States. It's all looking much better. The warmth is going to stay out west and away from us, so all of it looks good all the way through the end of the week and even into the beginning of next week. Everything is looking really nice. Right now we have that cloud cover, a little bit of haze, 76 degrees, a northwest wind at 7. The dew point has come down to 64. Remember, it was in the 70s just yesterday when we had some of those showers in the area. Here's a look at Futurecast, and if you'll recall, yesterday we had the cold front come through, and out ahead of it now, that's where all the showers and thunderstorms are, but the clouds just wanted to hang in here today, and there was a sprinkle or two in a couple of areas as well. There is a little bit of a trough just north of us that may touch off a few showers as we get into late tonight into central and eastern Kentucky in proximity of that low pressure system and that trough. But overall, we're talking about a partly cloudy evening, some patchy fog, I think, as we wake up tomorrow morning about 7 a.m. This is showing maybe a shower, but again, this is not going to hold together very well. The air mass is now becoming very dry, so there's not going to be a lot of opportunity for any precipitation. So scattered clouds, a little bit of fog as we get into the morning, and then the late afternoon into tomorrow night. Saturday morning, everything is looking fine. Look at that. Look at all of that down toward the, I don't know why, tropical tracker. That's not what I wanted to show. But anyway, we'll go to the 7-day forecast. We can skip over that. 79 tomorrow with a mix of sun and clouds. Saturday, Sunday, both looking good for football. Upper 70s to around 80. 82 on Monday, but then here comes another shot of cooler air with some showers. 79, 74, 70, all of that is just really prime weather. And tonight, here's what's coming up on NBC 40. It is football time as the Lions take on the Chiefs, starting at 6.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Do you want to experience Topper Walk? The atmosphere. Tailgating on the hill. Game day on the hill is the place to be.
Purchase your tickets today. Go Tops. Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Morris Jewelry is this area's independent and trusted source for diamonds. We're an experienced direct diamond importer, and custom design is our specialty. With diamond engagement rings starting at $33 per month, our prices can't be beat.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along.
Watch WNKY News 40 Sunrise for the latest in local news.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door.
Good morning to everyone at home.
And local events and entertainment to jumpstart your day.
News 40 Sunrise Way.
Weekday morning starting at 6.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Now through September 13th, you could join for just $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th. That's how we do.
At Kroger, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
No matter the season, many of us treat ourselves to a salon pedicure. But did you know that certain nail treatments can be hazardous to your health if not handled properly? A pampering pedicure can help melt the stress away, but before you get your toes done, do your research.
Potential dangers for pedicures can include infection of the toenail area. It can include infection of the skin around the toenail.
Podiatrist Joy Rowland with Cleveland Clinic says to keep feet healthy, be aware of 3 types of infection: fungal like athlete's foot, bacterial of the toenail or toenail unit, and viral like plantar warts.
If you end up getting an infection of any one of these things, it can progress and cause more serious infection.
Rowland says the first thing to do is to pre-screen the salon. Make sure instruments are sterilized.
You want to make sure that in between clients, the bowls are being disinfected.
She says proper technique matters. Cutting toenails too short can result in an ingrown toenail or an infection. When it comes to callus removal, skip the metal scraper, which can create cuts in the skin, and skip shaving, which can create cuts.
You want to wait at least 24 hours before you go to the salon and without shaving your legs.
Signs of infection include whiteness of the toenail, yellow, flaky, or crumbly nail, redness, pinkness, or swelling of the nail. See a doctor if you have any of these symptoms. Rowland also recommends giving your toes a break.
Wait for another 1 or 2 weeks and let your toenails essentially breathe.
Well, still to come on News 40 at 5, President Biden is in India today as world leaders from across the globe convene at the G20 summit. The latest details when we come back.
Can't watch us live on WNKY News 40? Watch us anytime on View It.
Andy Bashir is lying about sex change surgery for kids.
Those procedures don't happen here in Kentucky.
That's not true. Bashir knows it, and medical records prove it.
LGBTQ advocates and the governor said these surgeries weren't happening. A newly discovered letter from UK Healthcare conflicts with that claim.
If Andy Bashir will lie about sex change surgery for kids,
those procedures don't happen here in Kentucky.
What else is he lying about?
You see the worst of the worst in this job, but I do it to bring justice for victims and help them move on with their lives. When a woman or girl becomes pregnant from rape, the trauma is unimaginable. Daniel Cameron thinks a 9-year-old rape survivor should be forced to give birth. Nobody, no child, should ever have to go through that. Cameron believes rapists deserve more rights than their victims. That's extreme, and it's dangerous.
Car wreck? When you get Hughes & Coleman, it can make a big difference. Here's what I mean. Insurance offer, $3,000. Our result, $156,000. Insurance offer, $0. Our result, $385,000. Insurance offer, $300,000. Our result, $1 million. After an accident, if you want to get the money you deserve, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
My favorite promotion that we've done so far has been College Nights. We're going to bring it back for Thirsty Thursday on September 7th.
My favorite promotion has been Princess and Pirate Night. That's why we're bringing it back September 8th with a villain twist and post-game fireworks.
And my favorite event this year was Bourbon Bands and Barbecue, so we're going to honor this parent event, Bourbon and Brew Fest, for September on September 9th, with even more post-game fireworks.
My favorite part this season was having all the fans out to the ballpark. And what better way to celebrate that than Fan Appreciation Day on Sunday, September 10th.
Get your tickets at bghotruns.com.
Narcan, the life-saving drug for someone who's overdosed on opioids, is on store shelves and available online beginning this week. Now, this comes after the FDA approved its over-the-counter sale in March. Tonight, some health experts say that everyone should have the life-saving medication on hand. Evan Rodriguez explains.
There have been more than 1 million drug overdose deaths in the U.S. since 1999.
The chances are somebody you know and love does drugs.
The widespread use of synthetic opioids exacerbating the crisis.
You really need every tool that's available right now.
One key tool, the Narcan branded naloxone nasal spray, is now available over the counter following approval by the FDA earlier this year.
Narcan, and I have some here, is a medication that is just so easily sprayed up the nose and can reverse an opioid overdose within minutes.
Dr. Scott Hadland says this can be the new avenue for families of young adults struggling with addiction.
We are actually at a point in the crisis where each week the equivalent to a high school classroom of teenagers dies from overdoses. And most of those overdoses are actually happening in people's homes. So there's the potential for a parent or other loved one to be able to respond.
But at a suggested retail price of $44.99 for 2 doses, some advocates worry the price point is too high. However, Emergent Biosolutions, Narcan's manufacturer, says the company is lowering the cost for community groups, first responders, as well as state and local governments, while some insurance and state Medicaid programs also cover the full cost of the life-saving medication. Though not a solution to the opioid epidemic, advocates are hopeful this is a big step in the right direction.
The more that we can do to normalize rescuing people who have experienced an overdose, the more we're going to help this crisis.
Well, some better news tonight for the nation's unemployment rate. New applications for unemployment benefits dropped about 15% last week, which is an improvement, but indicates we're still hovering close to pre-pandemic levels and that the labor market is still tight. Until last week, experts watched unemployment claims rise since the beginning of the year. President Biden names his pick to lead the Federal Aviation Administration. Michael Whitaker, a former Obama official, is currently the CEO of Hyundai affiliate that is working to develop a taxi aircraft. The FAA has been without a permanent leader for 1.5 years and has faced a number of recent challenges, including a shortage of air traffic controllers, aging technology, and close calls between planes. Before serving as deputy FAA administrator from 2013 to 2016, Whitaker worked at TWA and United Airlines. Well, more now on Biden's visit to the G20 summit.
Spotlight on foreign policy today as President Biden leaves for the G20 summit in India, followed by a visit to Vietnam. He'll be focused on strengthening economic and security partnerships to counter China. The war in Ukraine, another key topic among world leaders, as Secretary of State Antony Blinken wrapped up his 2-day visit aimed at drawing attention back to the grueling conflict.
We've seen the horrific human consequences of the Russian aggression against Ukraine.
The secretary going to see a school basement where Russian soldiers held more than 100 men, women, and children captive.
Threatening by weapons, they were putting people together in groups.
The Ukrainian anthem scrawled on the wall alongside children's drawings, evidence of the Ukrainian people's resilience more than 500 days into the Russian invasion.
It is about the people. It is about the mothers. It is about the children.
Secretary Blinken also toured a newly cleared minefield on what used to be a farm and offered NBC News' Richard Engel his assessment of the Ukrainian counteroffensive that has struggled to push back Russian forces.
They knew this was going to be a hard fight, but I think especially over the last couple of weeks, we are seeing tangible progress. I heard a very detailed report from President Zelensky,
making the case that Ukraine's fight is still worth backing as lawmakers on Capitol Hill battle over billions more in Ukraine aid. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, stay with us. We'll have a final look at your forecast coming up right after this.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. we're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
We're all born with the good in us. We're all in need of love. Dreams get torn, but we stand up, making a change that is calling us. Beautiful world, beautiful people, boys and girls, we're all made equal. So clap your hands, get up and dance. Beautiful world, beautiful people.
Grab some amazing lunch and make a local impact.
And join us every week for Food Truck Friday.
Come on down to the corner of 10th and Chestnut for delicious food on Fridays.
A portion of your lunch purchase will support a local charity. Plus, I'll match and guarantee a $500 donation.
Check out the full Food Truck Friday lineup at WNKY.com.
Food Truck Fridays are brought to you by Flora Templeton Stewart.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance, more fuel efficiency, and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda CR-V Hybrid or Accord Hybrid for you.
Well, cheers, Chris, because today is National Beer Lovers Day. Woo-hoo. How about that? Good day to go to a local brewery or just go to the grocery store, pick up a case of beer if that's what you're into, and just enjoy it. You know, a lot of people right now are bringing out the Oktoberfest beer. I think that's just what you have to do when it just gets a little bit cooler outside.
Is there any pumpkin spice beer out there?
You know, there's got to be at this point. Someone,
there is.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I'm into that.
Well, me either. But everybody else is into pumpkin spice.
Yeah.
Everything. There's even a pumpkin spice motor oil that you can buy. I've seen the meme. It's got to be true. It's on the internet. 79 tomorrow and 61 tomorrow night.
All right, Chris. Thank you so much. Thank you at home for joining us tonight. We will see you at 6 o'clock.